Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. So with Bazaar, how'd you first meet? How'd you first get together?
With Bizarre, sorry, the first time.
Yeah. So how did the members of Bazaar first meet?
Okay. Well, the origin from everything. It was we all were writing for a metal webzine and extreme metal webzine. So we meet together in that webzine. So with Juanpa is the lead, the other guitar. Someday we were talking about.
Sorry to interrupt. I think you're getting text messages and it's pinging and you know what I mean.
Sorry, it's the WhatsApp. Sorry.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah. So what are you saying? Sorry, that you all worked for the same webzine, yeah?
Yes, we were writing in a metal webzine, so we met together four members. Okay, for that we shared the same likes in death metal, especially in Finnish death metal, like Demigod or Adramelech and some kind of that. And then Juanpa someday he suggests that hey, why don't meet together and play together, try to make some noise. And that was all. 5 minutes later, we had the name and we had the roles and we had everything, almost everything. Now, actually, the band is quite different from the original one. Okay, we have some changes, but the root of the band, that is Evelit, and me, still the same. So we can say that the essence is the same. But yes, all started in that webzine. Yes.
Oh, cool. How did you choose the name Bazaar? Like, was that quick to come up with that one, or?
Well, it's a bit bizarre because the Spanish sense of humor is very, very, very basic. Okay, so in that webzine we had a messenger chat. Okay, with all the stuff, and that chat was called Bizarros y Educados, okay, in Spanish. English, it means bizarre and polite, okay? So, as we are, every one of us were writers in that webzine, so we decided to call Bizarre, because we didn't know any any death metal band called Bizarre, except Reverend Bizarre and something like that. We think that it was original, and it's not usual to hear names like that. Not amputation and something finished in Asian or ated. Okay, so we like it, and it was related with our origins.
Cool. What's before COVID and everything? What's the metal scene like in Spain where you live? Are there many shows and things going on?
Spain is not a good country to play and to have a death metal band. Of course, things are getting better despite that pandemic. Okay, there are lots of metal bands, but nobody helped us to make the band. Okay, if you have the band, you have to put money, a lot of money, money for a place to rehearse, money for sometimes for playing in a bar or in a pub or in anywhere Sorry,
That's okay.
or any place that you want to play. Um, it's not easy. There are many bands that they don't have the possibility to get bigger because they don't have the way to get bigger. So they are very good bands, but they can't grow up because the money. So in Spain, there's not a real scene. There's not a real scene because despite of that difficulties I told you, there is some kind of sense of envy, okay? Some kind of envy between bands. So if I have a band and your band is more successful than mine, that's not good for me, okay? Of course, not all the bands, but I think that it's a little bit inside the crowd and the bands, okay? That kind of thinking is, and we know that it's not the best way to grow up and to create a scene in a country. Always you need to be comrades, okay? And to help each other and support your local bands. And if you have a band and other band with friends are playing in your town, fuck man, go to that show and support them, and of course buy their merchant or their music in that show. So that's, we need to support us despite leaving away that sense of envy between us.
Yeah. So has Bizarre been able to play shows?
Well, Bizarre has a very difficult situation because we live very far from each other. So I live in Barcelona, okay? Is in a corner in the country. Evelyn lives in Madrid, is in the center of the country, and the others live in the north, in the very north of the country. So we have many hours, many trip hours between us. So it's difficult for us. We played shows, but we need to stay together in a medium point, okay, in a medium place, and to rent a rehearse place 1 or 2 days for rehearse all the songs and then go to play. But as you imagine, it's very expensive for us to go in that place, to rent the rehearse place. So it's quite difficult. But yes, we have in mind to present the album in a live show. Yes.
Yeah, cool. What's the? Are there any bands or albums that you all collectively like death metal albums?
Sorry, it's cut it. Can you repeat,
That's okay.
please?
Yeah. Are there any death metal albums or bands that everyone in Bizarre likes?
Okay, so you mean what? I have some technical difficulties. You mean
Okay.
what kind of make us that kind of music?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. Yeah.
Well, I think that's one of the best things about us is that we are very eclectic. Okay, we're very eclectic. We hear, we listen lots of kind of music, not only the extreme music. For example, Berserk and Evilet, okay, they are they're big fans from punk music, punk and hardcore music. I am a fanatic of the garage rock and stoner music, but of course, that kind of music it isn't in our music really because it has nothing to do with death metal. About death metal, we try to be consequent with everything we play or everything we write. maybe I have a more influenced by by American death metal and Swedish death metal, especially Morbid Angel or Dismember, something like that. And then Juanpa, Eblit, is more influenced by Finnish death metal. So we try to mix all that kinds of metal and make something more us, more personal. Okay. Albums. Well, I think that the very classics. Psychostasia from Adramelech, Slumber of Solar Knights of Demigods, first album of Purtenance, first Dismembers, first Entomb, Morbid Angel, so many albums, many classic albums.
Yeah, cool. What's the writing process? Is one person kind of writing everything, or are you sharing riffs?
Yes, as I told you, we live far from each other, so everything is made by internet for us. Okay.
Yeah.
Through WeTransfer and so on. So the process normally starts when riffs come to my mind. Okay. And then I write all the bass, and with the Pro Tools I made a basic drum, okay, a basic drum line, to getting an idea of what I think about the song, okay. Then I send to them. Everyone says if it's okay, or I change. I have to change something, so and so, okay. And then Juanpa, Evilit, makes all the harmonies and all the lead guitars, okay. Drums, of course, is easier for us to make it by Pro Tools or Cubase, but we prefer that have a real drums, because they're more dynamic and more living drums, okay. So drums, we made the basic line, and then Gabriel is the drummer. Take all the basic line and make his own vision of the drums. We are very confident with him, so we think that he's a monster. He's a human machine. So we let him to create and to make and to write and to record everything he wants, because we are very sure that his job will be awesome. And finally, Berserk write all the lyrics, and in his home studio he record all the voices, and then send to us. Finally, we mix all the tracks, and if the result is satisfying for us, we have that song for finished. Okay, that's in resume, that's the way we write all the songs.
Yeah, well, cool. So your first full length is out October 29th. Yeah. Invocation Codex.
Yes, we hope.
Yeah. So what kind of lyrical themes did you use for this album? What kind of things are you singing about? Well,
that's not the concept album, but more or less, okay? It's near to be concept album. Lyrics are based on the classic horror masters like Edgar Allan Poe or Lovecraft or Clive Barker, especially in Lovecraft. Okay, we know that it's a theme very very common in many bands, but we always loved all his books, and we are some kind of fanatics of that kind of literature. So, yeah, most of the songs are about that world that Lovecraft created, but are not taken directly from his books. Okay, we take all the environment of that world that he created about paranoia and horror and so and so, and then Berserk write his own story based on that world. And the same with Clive Barker. We are a big Hellraiser fans, so it's something that we try to put into our lyrics too. But yeah, most of the lyrics are about this shit, horror and paranoia, the ancient ones. Okay.
Yeah, cool. The artwork looks a bit like it's got a H.R. Giger look, like, you know, the Aliens artist that's got that kind of feel. How did that come together?
Sorry, Giger look.
The artwork for the album. It reminded me of you know, H.R. Giger or Geiger, you know, the Aliens artist. Yeah. How did the artwork come together? Like, did you discuss ideas with an artist or something like that?
Well, we like Giger very much. We are very fans of Giger, but no, I think that Giger is more futuristic. We try to make it more classic. And if you see the cover is about ancient demons and creatures from beyond. So we prefer to not to look to the future, but the present or the past, but not the past as medieval times or something like that. No, we prefer the modern times. It's kind of romantic, more noir. Okay, that kind of horror attract us very much. It's more than, of course, we love Giger, as I said, but we think that if it's more with our music, the actual times.
So who did the artwork for you for the cover?
The cover is made by Roberto Toderico. He's an Italian artist. He's a beast. He made covers for bands like Asphyx or Dark Funeral or Sodom. He made always all the parties and fest graphics, and I always been following many artists because I like so much drawing and picture, and despite the big classics as Dan Seagrave or something like that, I think that Roberto is one of the best illustrators in metal in nowadays. So I had very clear that I wanted a cover made from him. Sunday, following his Facebook, he showed an illustration that shocked me at the first sight. Okay. We shared that illustration with the other bandmates, and it was together. We all together decided at the first second that we wanted that picture in our cover because it's very related with our album, Invocation Codex. And you see the cover, and I think that if you see the cover, is exactly that it reflects invocations, demons, creatures that come from the other side. So, and if you see the details, it's very it's insane. So, I think it's one of the best illustrators in the world.
Yeah, awesome. So is the album ready, or are you still kind of mixing and things?
You mean now, actually?
Mm, mm.
No, the album is ready. It's finished. Well, the album was finished 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
Everything
Okay.
was yes.
Yeah.
But well, no, sorry. Was written 2 years ago and was finished 1 year ago. But the pandemic hit us very hard. Our label is based on India, and as you know, India was one of the countries more affected by the pandemic. So all the logistic problems hit us very hard, and our album was delayed several months. But it's nothing that we can do anything for fix it. Okay, it's a pandemic, so we had to wait, and finally the wait is over. So we're very happy.
Yeah, it's great, man. Excellent. Cool. All right. Well, look, yeah, I've heard the songs you put out, but I'm definitely looking forward to hearing the whole thing. And thanks heaps for your time. Thanks very much, mate.
My pleasure. It's a pleasure for me. Thanks for sharing your time and for supporting us and our music. And great job for you, man.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Cheers, man.
Cheers.